Hello everyone. So today I'm going to do review of the Luma evaporative cooler. You can buy this fan at Home Depot for $120. They used to always sell it on Amazon. I'm not sure if they're going to bring it back. But this is how it looks. It's pretty tall tower fan that uses water to cool air. Now on top we have a few different settings. And the first one is, of course, to turn it on. And this is also used to change the speed of the fan, which has 3 different speeds. Now here it has a swing where it rotates left to right. And here, this is the cold feature. It says cooler. And here is the timer. You can set it up, I believe, up to 8 hours. And this is the mode. It has 3 different modes. For example, it has a nature where it will change the speed of the fan. It also has a sleep mode where it will turn it off after a specific period of time. I believe it's 3 hours. And also this fan comes with the remote, which has the same function as on top of it. So it has the swing, cooler, humidifier, on and different speeds, timer, and mode. And it's round, and you use one of those round batteries on it. Now on the front we have these grills. This is where the air comes from, and it does get a little bit dusty, so you have to get like one of those dusters and remove that, or maybe like a wet napkin or something like that to remove that. And I try cleaning it every couple of weeks, but it does get dirty, especially since it's next to my window, so a lot of dust comes in that way. And I'll show you the filter on the back, but let me just show you the front. So this is where the tank goes on the bottom. It does have minimum max, so you can see how much water you need to put in. So it takes about 2 gallons of water. Now on the back of the unit, we have this little tag where you can see the model number, and you can also see when it was released, which was March 2019. And this one uses 45 watts of power, which isn't a lot. You're not even gonna feel that on your energy bill. And here we have this mesh filter where I try cleaning it again a couple times a week or once a month. Same thing, you just take a wet napkin and just go around, and it kind of reminds me of one of those dryers, washer dryer. It's kind of similar thing. We can just pick it off with your finger if you don't want to use the tissue, but that needs to be clean, and it's very easy to do. Now once we remove this, let me see if I can do this. Once we remove this, we get this honey, I believe they're called honey filters. It's a very rough piece of material. Now the way the evaporative coolers work, which I already explained in my previous videos, but for people that don't know, you put in water on the bottom of the tank, then the pump takes that water and pours it over the top, so the water goes down over this filter, and then the water gets cooler because the air is hitting it, and then it goes through that filter and makes the cooler air come out. Now these filters aren't meant to be drenched. They're just meant for the water to kind of fall down them slowly, I guess. For example, if you didn't have this, the water would just drop and it wouldn't even hit any air and nothing would cool. So this one they just fall down slowly on this, so it doesn't get drenched. So that's a good and bad thing. For example, if this filter would get drenched in water, it will produce much cooler air. I reviewed one of the smaller evaporative coolers that has that type of filter where the water gets drenched. The filter gets drenched in water and produces at least 10 degrees cooler air. This one doesn't do that, and most of the other evaporative coolers this size, they don't do that. So they have this hard honeycomb filters. Good thing about this is that don't need to be replaced, so you can just take it off and just wash it if it does get dirty or moldy, which in most case scenarios it's not going to do that. So I don't think this filter will ever get moldy because the water is just not kept on it. It just kind of helps to slide it down. Now to open up a tank, there's a little latch, and let me show you that. I'm not sure if I'll be able to show you, but it's all the way on the bottom. It goes left to right. So to open it, you just push it one way. I'm not sure if this is to open it or to close it, but let's see. I believe I just closed it, so let me press it again. Let's see, there we go. Sorry about the camera. So either way, you have to push it one way, and then the tank opens up. Now, the tank itself takes about, I would say about 2 gallons of water. I haven't measured it exactly. I would just add it when I need it. But don't, as I mentioned, don't overfill it because you will ruin the pump. And now here on the bottom, you will see the pump. It's on that right side, right there. And that's what takes that water from the reservoir, takes it all the way to top. And then you see another hose. That's the hose that drops the water that gets used, and it just keeps doing that until the water runs out. This thing can run probably 2 days on water, and then you need to add it. Now that would depend on the area you're in, but to add the water, let me just show you. I have a little bit of water left. So just to add the water, you just pour it in, and that's it. Simple. And then you just push it in. Now, one thing I wanted to show you, I'm not sure if you guys can see that right there. There's a little plug that's used to drain the tank. Now, I did drain it, maybe like, I've been using this for about a year, maybe longer. I did drain the tank about 3 times. It drains fine. It's left a little bit of water. Now, the problem is after you drain it, there's going to be a lot of, I'm not sure if they call mineral deposits, but they look like very hard salt. And that thing is very hard to clean. I try using different products and that just stays. So to completely clean this tank is just not really possible, depending how long your water stays. I always recommend to run the fan. Let's say you don't use it for 3 days and water just stays. Make sure you run it so that water is just on, it's gonna give you the smell and you might even get molds. You do not want to be using that water that's old 6 days or a week or who knows how long. So make sure you reuse the water and add as much water as you're gonna use. Now to close it, you just push it in. I'm not sure if I can do it with one hand, but I believe it is pushed in. And then you can just flip the latch. Cooler does come with, I believe, 4 or 5 these little rollers. So they do roll fine, even on the carpet as I have here. I mean, it's better if you have wooden floors, but it will roll even on the carpet. And but even if you carry it, it's not heavy. And now the problem to carry it doesn't have any handles, so you can just pick it up like bear hug it and then move it that way. Or maybe you can put one hand on the bottom and one like on top and carry it that way. You can just push it. All right, so now that I showed you how it looks, I showed you how to add water, I showed you the filters. Now let's turn it on and see how it sounds. Now, one thing I wanted to do before I turn it on, I wanted to use my decibel apps to show you the sound of each speed. Now, when it comes to output, it's hard for me to test that, but from my experience and from the other ones I tested, this does have a pretty good output of air. Now, it's, on the highest speed, it will reach throughout the whole bedroom. You will feel the air on the other side. Now, on the third speed is very loud, so I don't think you're going to be able to be in that room with that third speed. Now, let's start with the first speed, and then I'll show you all the speeds. So we get in about 49 to 50 on the first speed. Let's do the second one. About 60 on the second one, and you can feel a much better output of air. Now let's do the last one. About 65. So that's the decibels. Now the way you can test this at home, if you plan on buying the fan, make sure you get that decibel app, and then you can just, if you have any other fans or something that's noisy, you can compare the sounds. But I would say on the first speed, it's, I use it every night before sleep. It's not loud at all. And if you do like white noise, it will really help you. And for some reason, I can't fall asleep without the fan. I get used to them. So even, it's kind of funny, but even during the winter, I like to have some kind of fan on. So we get in about 76 degrees. That's the temperature of my room. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna activate the cooler feature, and we're gonna wait about, I don't know, about 5-10 minutes. And I'll show you how much the temperature of the air changes. Now, when it comes to the evaporative feature, this fan is really cool if you like the sound of water. So if you like fountains and stuff like that where you hear the water dropping, this one has that really cool effect. I noticed that with the tower fans, they actually have that sound. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that. But you can definitely hear water going up and down. Because the tower fans are much higher, the water has to travel up higher, and then of course, you know, it's coming down from a bigger height, so you can hear it dropping inside the tank. Honestly, I love that. Many people will not like that sound of water, but me personally, I do like it, and it helps me sleep. So that's something you can look forward if you buy this fan, or maybe something you're not gonna like, or maybe or maybe it's just one of those things you're not gonna buy because of that. But it does have a strong sound of water coming out. So I'm gonna let this thing run for about 5-10 minutes, and when I come back, we'll do another temperature test, and I'll tell you realistic what you can expect change of temperature wise. All right, so I had it running for about 15 minutes, and let's check the temperature. The temperature of my room is about 76, 77. It is getting hotter outside, so the room of the temperature is going down. So right now we're getting about 73.7. So that's about 3 to 4 degrees lower temperature of the, for example, if you had just a regular tower fan, it will be pushing out 76, 77 degrees air. This one is pushing out about 73, 74. Now, if I let it run for another 10, 15 minutes, the temperature might drop another 2 degrees. But the best case scenario out of this evaporative cooler, it's about 5 degrees, maybe 1 degree higher, maybe 1 degree lower. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It would really help me out. And I'll see you guys in the next video.